It's yeah, 23. Put it all on 23. Tumblr user James 7T. Beautiful women are coming to destroy you. Hey, man. It's really cruel to joke about that. I set aside my entire busy schedule and no beautiful women showed up. You have betrayed me! Writing a cover letter is like, here's my work Sona. She has no mental illnesses and hates breaks. I would like to LARP her for 40 hours a week with full pay and benefits. They need to stop packaging Pop-Tarts and their generics by toes. 2 Pop-Tarts is too many. I'm 25 years old. I'm practically geriatric. 2 Pop-Tarts is too many. 2 Pop-Tarts will kill me. Wait till you hit 30s. Then you don't even want to eat a Pop-Tart anymore. I'm boycotting everything because I'm broke. You're welcome.
Would you rather be taxidermied or be a wet specimen? Wait, don't leave!
Probably bad RPG ideas. Rolls for a good St. Patrick's Day post. Rolls a 3. Irish people get inspiration today. If you're playing not D&D, you get to fudge a roll, and if anyone says anything, they get got by the snakes. You know the ones.
Oh, believe me, I know the fucking ones.
Hey man, I think your twink is disturbed on a very deep, fundamental, and psychological level.
What's his digits?
You know, sometimes it's not your circus, and they're not your monkeys, but you are friends with the clowns. You know...
You get what I mean?
Rotating individual blorbos separately is great and all, but I rotate pairs of characters together as one, spinning around each other, like a pair of celestial bodies in orbit. Blorbit, if you will.
Was I even allowed to say this on YouTube?
Sometimes being silly is all I have left. Don't take it away from me. As much as debate there is about tone tags, 90% of the issues would be solved by just typing the word. Like, instead of typing /gen or /hj, you can just write genuine or handjob, and you'll be doing pretty much the exact same thing.
I don't think that's what HJ meant.
Sorry I overreacted. I had no idea everything would be fine. It'll likely happen again. Regret opening Instagram. Now, what would be so shocking to Instagram that you'd be like, oh. Sean. Official Pokemon Tumblr asks, what are Tumblr's thoughts on AZ? As, however you want to call the name. Take note, Pokemon. When this man is in the running for Tumblr Sexy Man 2025, remember that you asked Tumblr what they thought. Also, I have seen some of the replies to this post, and oh my god, some of you are horrendously down bad for this man. Could someone recommend beginner normal behaviors for someone looking to become normal? Needed to make sure everyone saw my favorite reply from the notes. Be immune to ghosts and weak to fighting types. Highly influential piece of web media that relied heavily on Adobe Flash, stars a character's skin who is pure FFFFFFF, white, who walks around without any arms. Title starts with Homst.
I can't believe this happened twice.
Analog audio accessory detected. The attached device is not compatible with this phone. Tap to learn more. Oh, you silly phone. You're not detecting an analog audio accessory. You're detecting soup. From the bowl of soup I dropped you in. You silly, silly artificial intelligence. Behold, the brutalist candy cane.
You telling me a man guilty of treason towards the Roman Empire made this candy cane?
Happy eyes of Mario everyone. Imagine if they took Caesar out with these. Who's Asterion? That sounds like a name you'd know. What's this supposed to mean? You'd be reading shit with people's names like infectious diseases. So, who's Asterion? A vampire from Baldur's Gate. That's right, that's what I thought.
Hulu will merge with Fubu, so Fubu will drop their lawsuit blocking Venu. Poop has it for you.
People also ask,
is Fubu free on Tubi?
I'm going to become the Junker. Maybe if I imagine the character, all my problems will be solved. Not working, not working, not working, not working! Alright, chat, who's the character?
And now, Snom eating a delicious pie.
Yummy.
Touch your computer screen, lol.
Okay. What's the shit? Now it's got a finger prop!
Yeah, they also made you like your own post.
You know, when he gets in the tub, sometimes he purrs so loud that the shampoo bottles fall over.
True power.
Girls. Pretty. Talking about Link and Zelda, by the way. You know, it's nice to see that Zelda has finally confirmed his girl. Last night, I dreamt that anime started having American dub and English dub. The American dub was in English, pretty much the basic dub. English dub was everyone talking in the most obnoxious Cockney accent ever. And all the sound effects were hushed little pip-pip cheerio-ass shit. Imagine the tiniest little anime girl walking up and just going,
Hello, Governor. You must be new around these parts.
In the English dub anime, they had a transfer student come in. The sweetest looking girl walked in the classroom and immediately began talking in the most Scottish accent I've ever heard. I woke up right when they cut to a bar edited to say pub in rushed handwriting. Okay, I'm just gonna leave a link in the pinned comment. You're welcome. Tumblr user September Equinox. Are you into girls?
The real question are if girls are into me. Hugely disappointed to learn what a baby changing station actually is. I thought I was getting a new one.
Something has changed within the baby.
You're right. I see it in his eyes. They're hardened, like that of a soldier returning from the front lines.
Hey, why stop at just hating pop psychology? Wink. Whenever I see gimmick blogs, I don't consider that they have a separate main blog or anything else. That's just what they do all the time. God put them on the internet to count the number of lobsters and other posts and nothing else.
Hands you a spatula. What's your writing process?
Well, I put a pathetic guy in a blender and blend. My favorite jokes are about mispronouncing philosophers' names, but I'm afraid it's a niche subculture. I'm afraid I don't know what you mean.
Hey, you mind if I come over and behave somewhat like a scared animal before I adjust? Don't worry, I do it to everybody.
We should breed and ask our offspring what they think. Has quickly become my favorite way to respond to someone disagreeing with me. Well, I disagree. Well, you know what has to happen now. Accidentally going to the For You tab on here is so scary.
This isn't my beautiful house. These aren't my beautiful mutuals. Sometimes your mutual's there, but it's like meeting them in a scary forest or haunted castle where the hallways shift and move, perhaps. And where is my beautiful wife?
Yeah, your boyfriend is in one of the posts now. Sorry. Yeah, PM Seymour's gonna read it in that groaning voice of his. Yeah, it's too late to get him out of it. Sorry. Yeah, he also ended the video on this one. Yeah. Sorry.
There's a delicate balance between seeing something on my dash so often I end up caring about it unexpectedly, and seeing something on my dash so often that it gets added to the blacklist with extreme prejudice. Minecraft music has a sadness to it. This cannot be denied. Minecraft music feels like knowing you can't go home because it's not there anymore.
God damn, guys.
Dude, bro, never get into anything that's heavy on color symbolism, bro. For months, you will not be able to look at the color blue without instantly thinking of Squingle Dingless.
To all the people who followed my artwork, I'm sorry I did this to the color blue to you.
Wizard babies beyond the orb watching Coco Merlin. God damn it.
Guess who just got doomed by the narrative? Doomed, I meant doomed!
God, can you make dragons real, please? They are real. Look around and look at dinosaurs. The fuck do you mean dinosaurs went extinct? Do you ever, write out a multi-paragraph rebuttal to something and then think, actually, I don't want to get involved in this, and close it?
This is so healthy, though. You get to put your thoughts to words and then you light them on metaphorical fire. It's cleansing. I wish some people did that instead of accidentally hitting the send button.
I have no idea how to gauge my closeness to people.
Meters and kilometers, personally. Twitter call-out posts be like, I've decided not to squeal helplessly today,
said the helpless squealer.
Okay, I admit, I squealed in a manner that was unworthy of help. The difference between fantasy and sci-fi is that fantasy is hairy and scaly, while sci-fi is smooth and slimy. And high fantasy is all four of those things. My brother just said villager from Animal Crossing is zesty AF. What?
Now, if it was villager from Animal Crossing from Super Smash Brothers, that I could understand.
The idea of a clutch purse is nightmarish to me. The whole point of bags was so we could escape the torment of holding things. And now you gotta hold the bag?
Please stop writing viscous when you mean vicious. It produces the weirdest mental images ever of viscous murder.
Yeah, I don't want to know what that could look like.
It looks like the Boston Massacre of 1919.
And vice versa, by the way. I don't know what a vicious fluid would be like, and I don't want to find out.
It looks like the Boston Massacre of 1919. Yes, I know this too shall pass, but Christ alive, man. It's passing like a goddamn kidney stone!
All right, chat, name the event.
After 2 years working outdoors all day, I finally got stung by an onion for the first time yesterday, and I wasn't even doing anything. There wasn't even a nest nearby. A wasp. I was looking at an onion just now, sorry.
That was the wasp onion. Oh, these pictures of Ash Ketchum.
Wait. 1, 2, 2. Oh, fuck y'all.
You fucking kidding me?
Ah, so that's why Ash couldn't win any of those Pokemon leagues. He always had to be at a loss. Why are the pigeons so green?
Chlorophyll.
More like chlorophyll. All I do anymore is have a cut on my finger. Wow, any shit resonates with you people, huh?
Gender is so overrated, you don't need it. Give it to me instead.
I could make a photocopy of mine. New gender unlocked. Girl, but grainier and in black and white. Would you say it's an alternate gender?
Why is it called a stick of butter? That is blatantly, the ingot.
That even melts like one, too. Rat bastard is a really funny insult to me because it implies that not only are you a rat, you're a rat born out of rodent wedlock. Out of ratrimony, if you will. All 10 of my followers are actually hostages I have tied up in an abandoned grain silo, and I am monologuing too. It's a very good monologue. Thank you, hostage number 3.
It's true. I'm currently tipping myself over to lick grain off the floor.
I'm just pretending to be tied up because of peer pressure.
The acoustics in here really adds to the dynamic quality of your monologue. Is it wrong to willingly want to be your hostage?
Ah, never before has the world seen such well-behaved and cooperative hostages. You could never experience watching your favorite show for the first time again. But you can convince someone else to watch your favorite show and vicariously enjoy all their raw reactions to seeing it for the first time, which is honestly nearly as good. That's how you get people to play FF14. That shall happen. Once I legally obtain a wheel of cheese, my scheme will begin. Update. Too much cheese. To me, hurry. Tumblr user Mexud, aren't you white? I'm Turkish, so I can't answer this without at least 3 historians and anthropologists present.
I do feel like it's important to make one calculated bad decision a week. For your health.
You know what? You're right. Help, I'm trapped in the shadow realm.
Got another one, girls. Speaking of GeoGuessr, here's the funniest thing I ever saw in-game.
Watership up! I'm only a man when I'm a grown-ass man, and I'm only a woman when God forbid women do anything. Any time other than that, I'm a fucking echidna. Enigma! Fuck!
Knuckles typo.
Gunner ducks a bug.
Grass.
Mentally taking a drag of my mental cigarette because I don't smoke, but life has been very smokable lately. Not to sound like a Christian Facebook mom, but some of y'all need to have grace in your hearts for the people in your lives, or the people you pass once on the road and never see again. Like, you literally need to stop assuming the worst of everyone and their intentions. It is poisoning your brain. You can be careful and responsible without being a miserable person. It is possible, I promise. Just learned that a Japanese term for seahorse is tatsu no otoshigo, and it literally means dragon's illegitimate child. Behold, a bastard. Mr. Elvis, were you dead?
I got better. Well, this is awkward. Whoa, mama, it's my own Spectre.
These roleplay accounts are getting out of hand. Meet Eleanor, the crocodile found in the Paris sewers in 1984. Game Freak, you can do the funniest thing with For Alligator. You got the power. It's not too late. You're still developing it, right? Put her in there. I don't like it when electronics talk to me. Like, I understand from a usability standpoint why they do, but when I pair my headphones, I'd much rather get a little beep beep than a white woman jump scare. And it's always the same one too, right? I love how we here on Tumblr.com, we regularly cast the greatest curse we can muster on each other by pointing our long, creepy fingers and intoning 10,000 notes in a voice that carries the winds of a mountain with it. I might have made an error here. Well, if she called Chapel Bone, and instead of a singer, she was a necromancer who raised strong as fuck skeleton warriors. Pink Pony Club, Skeleton-nomenon. That's all the songs I know, sorry. Don't apologize. Skeleton-nomenon is beautiful. The entirety of Tumblr from Tumblr has been chucked into the ocean! You're all wet now.
Sploosh. Spleesh. Sploosh.
They're going to bury you 3 feet deep because you have only ever been half a man. Sounds like a raw line from Shakespeare or something, but that's actually from me yelling at my cat for stealing my sandwich while I was getting a drink.
Bro got possessed by the spirit of a king who has been betrayed by his eunuch advisor.
I love when you read/watch an influential piece of storytelling and you're like, oh, okay, I see. So everyone else was copying this guy's homework. Makes sense now. Today's straight character of the day is nobody. I'm calling bullshit. Odysseus is clearly bisexual.
Now this is a quality joke.
If I ever see any of my posts on a PM Seymour, I'd probably fucking die. Or draw one of his silly characters. Whichever comes first. You spelt my name wrong. And it's fucking everywhere on my channel. And I don't want you to die from this. So the only other option is
Draw the silly characters.
excuse me, Professor. So, you paired me with strawberry shortcake for this assignment? Yeah, so she proofread my paper, but the only changes she made were crossing out every instance of very and replacing it with berry. Is that gonna reflect on me?
Points and laughs at my mutuals getting famous posts while I remain safe in my relative obscurity. Tempting face this and Apollo dodgeballs that. Hate to break it to you, that doesn't happen to me. I'm safe. Why do I hear boss music? Techno club music lyrics be like,
Boy strength, boy power, heavy trending every hour. Huge and fat, my awesome pig. Make it large, I make it big.
Does anybody else's family keep naked Ken dolls around their kitchen cabinets like a personal Magic Mike show every time I open a door? The pantry? Medicine cabinet? Starting to think my experiences are not universal.
Dave Strider type living situation.
Never posting on this sick and twisted website again. We here at Silphco are proud to announce the opening of an official Tumblr account. By manufacturing and distributing Pokeballs and trainer accessories, we're not just selling supplies. We're selling connections between people and Pokemon. Image description. The Silence brand image followed by 12 pictures of unknown spelling out the words Kung Pao penis, letter by letter, followed by a gift of Zorua exploding on an off-screen opponent. Each image is posted by a different person. And ID.
Media preservation. Thank you, Catgirl Dragon. I've seen quiet toilets. I know we have the technology.
How did you see them if they were quiet?
Are you perhaps a bat?
I broke a ramen bottle to get the marble out for my dragon. The dragon's face never changes, but I still feel like he looks happier in the second picture.
I'm so happy for him.
6-hour-long fight at this year's Tolkien Historical Society conference about whether Middle-earth has bees. Before I reminded everyone that the Rohirrim had mead halls, which means they had honey, which means there's bees. Everyone sighed, and the conference continued. This is the life of a Tolkien scholar.
It's what he would have wanted. OP, why did you wait 6 hours?
In a word, chaos.
Pakucho, you were one of the last people to read or blocked by the official Smosh Tumblr account. How do you feel about this information? I'm glad I was the one who dealt the finishing blow.
Tumblr posts have 3 options. 1, 0 notes, big flop. 2, hashtag 10K,
Failure, you get 2K. And 3, about 1,000 comments and a total of 50K notes still going around while your boog is dead.
Boog.
Boog.
Don't do this.
Every queer friend group has ancient warrior who desperately needs therapy, slutty they/them, tragic star-crossed lovers, lesbian who knows Victorian flower language, skeleton bitch, bisexual gamer girlfriend, son of Lucifer, and bread.
All right, chat, name the show.
Oh, dude, no. Please tell me you didn't. A cookie? You gave the mouse a fucking cookie? Fuck, dude. Now he's gonna want a glass of milk, and after that, don't even get me started. The old magic persists thanks to its unfathomable power. No, the old magic persists because the new magic can't run the legacy spells I need to do my job, and keeps trying to install spirits I don't want or need onto my orb.
Look, if the new magic didn't have a personality construct that kept trying to tell me which spells to use, maybe I wouldn't still be using the old magic. You ever thought about that? Yeah, I don't know who forcefully installed spellcasting 11 onto my orb, but they need to get fucking smited.
Did you know? If you perform action harmlessly bother cat, you can receive sounds. If you perform action ignore cat, you can also receive sounds, with a percentage chance that there will be noises instead. And buddy, you don't want that.
Wait, are we called mammals after mammary glands? Are mammals named after tits? Are we the boobs class?
Oh.
Yeah, we are. And we also named our galaxy after boob juice. Twice. Milky Way is obviously milk, but the hidden part is that galaxy comes from the Greek gala, meaning milk. It's the tit goo path tit goo thing. We are very, very breast focused as a species.
Oh god, does that mean titty artists are just artists? Oh no! Sir, opinion on this little man, whom goes by Chikawa. For context, I am holding you at gunpoint.
The little guy that I know Jaden is hyper locked in on. And I gotta say, I could see why.
Good day for everyone hoping they make more video games. Turns out they are indeed doing that. And there'll be new games to play in the near future. But your bank account, watch out. I love poison omelet. God! You got some kick to it, I'll tell you what.
It's called the Switch 2 because you switched to a cheaper hobby.
Oh, is it so expensive? It's all on your head.
Correct. Unfortunately, I am also in there.
Using math to find the most smashable Pokemon. It's not this one.
It's great seeing things in my YouTube feed the week after April Fool's because I have to do mental math to determine the likelihood that this was uploaded on the 1st. It also tells you a lot about time zones, which is fine. In other news, did you know that in terms of Pokemon compatibility, if a port... Although...
Batman, there's no laws against the Pokemon, Batman.
Writing prompt. In a last-ditch attempt to save your people, you offer your life to an ancient god of war and blood. Unfortunately, your translation of the ancient text is a bit off. You're married now.
Oh, good. This is much better.
Follow me.
Set me free. Trust me and we will escape from the city. You know, everyone always says that the letter Q is too early in the alphabet and should be further back with all the weirdos and freaks. But take a look at this. The twin brothers. Would you separate twin brothers just because one is a little artistic? I don't think so. Preparing the world my famous onionade. Here's the recipe. 5x onions, 5x more onions, scramble. This feels like a Homestar Runner recipe.
The king's gone mad with power!
Bro, why you keep insisting we try to disarm the gender-bending trap? We literally mapped out this whole dungeon floor. We can, just walk around it. Whoa, watch it, bud! If I hadn't caught you, you would have fallen straight into that pit of tentacles. It's a good thing I stopped you when I did, huh? Oh man, if I was just a few minutes late, that vampire baroness would have hypnotized you and made her thrall. Good thing you can always count on me, eh? Come on, let's get going. The next round's on you.
I already can tell there's a certain section of Tumblr that is seething right now.
There is no Deltarune, there is no Silk Song, and there is no Queen of England. So does this mean that the Queen is back from the dead? Biggest reason I make so many flop posts on here is because everything I do reeks of desperation to make a popular Tumblr post. This is deliberate, because it is what protects me from actually making a popular Tumblr post. So long as I crave it, Tumblr fame will never find me. It is only when I turn away and accept my fate of obscurity that people will lay their eyes upon me. And it will be because I tripped and fell on my stupid face while I was turning. Well, time for people to do the funniest thing ever. Do not! You know, it's messed up that men with long hair can just cut their hair and then no longer be a man with long hair.
We should ban that bullshit. Men don't exist for your aesthetic companions. This is simply not true.
Yeah, as a straight cis white man, I can confirm that I exist solely for your amusement. How did you even get on this website? I don't know, honestly, but it's fun here. Hell yeah, man.
I love when fantasy adventure archetypes are depicted as creatures. The wizard is just a robe, a hat, and a pair of eyes. The warrior is sporting a culturally anachronistic suit of articulated plate, and it's ambiguous whether there's anyone inside of it. It's genuinely unclear what the rogue's deal is, and all of them are committing tax fraud.
You should play FF1. You'd really like the creatures in there.
The DoorDash delivery guy complained about tip I gave him, so I trapped him within my crystal. Never delivered to an enchanter's house. They will put your ass in a black soul gem just to recharge a hammer of shock they called Penis Smasher 5000.
They're auctioning a whole-ass university on Hybid. Anyone want to start a commune with me real quick?
We can make Tumblr University a reality.
Love the fact that slayed, cooked, served, and ate can now all be used to convey admiration. That's the whole food industry right there. We got some sort of butcher, chef, waiter, diner dynamic here. And they're all fabulous, it seems. This too could be Yuri. You know, turning into a dragon really helps in every situation. Mr. Flight, dragon. Insecure about how powerless you feel? Dragon. Want to protect people you love? Dragon. Just want to be left alone? Dragon. You want a hot dog but the power's out and a cold hot dog gross you out? Turn into a dragon and heat that shit up. Want girls to be scared of you? Dragon. Want girls to be inexplicably horny for you? Strangely, also dragon. Want girls to scritch behind your horns and call you pretty when you start purring? Dragon. It will help you. Become a dragon.
I'd truly be the worst person to stick into a time loop because I'd really just spend the first 5 years catching up on my book, to be real. The next 7 on all the movies and shows that have been on my list for ages, and then another decade on AO3. Like, sure, nothing may stick, but my memories will, and I can just go into a supermarket to get snacks and wine each day, and I have art to indulge in. Like, thanks for all the hits on how to get out, but respectfully, I'm busy. Editing is just playing a game of Spot the Disaster, where every sentence is a little arsonist, and you're the firefighter running around to make it look like a controlled burn instead of total chaos. Time to get a delicious tea drink from my favorite crone, Boba Yaga. Then I will go to an exercise class led by my favorite instructor,
Baba Yoga. There used to be a tea drink place nearby me called the Baba Yaga, and then they closed. This timeline sucks. Today we are learning about the American woodcock, sometimes colloquially referred to as the timberdoodle, the bogsucker, the hokum-pokey, or the Labrador twister, is a small, chunky shorebird species found primarily in the eastern half of North America. Come on. Folk names include timberdoodle, bogsucker, night partridge, brush snipe, hokum-pokey, bicasse, twitterpate, little gomer, fiddlesqueak, worm-saber, wafflebird, whippoorwill, bumblebee chicken, billy-dad, mud needle, prairie turtle, and crazy straw. This is fucked up. Something about this bird just unlocked something insane in scientists' heads.
This is unlocking something insane in my head, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave a little link so you can hear how this bird sounds too, and what the beat does when it does the thing. Yeah.
Gamer tip. You can take your autistic girlfriend to the aquarium to stare at fish.
Guarantee you she'll probably kiss you on the cheek.
Hot take tournament, I had an odd-ass dream about you. You became a VTuber and had a Discord server where you reveled it. You played a really old game. It was horror with an old man just talking and Pokemon. You had purple hair and like some odd clothes. I was sick when you streamed it and couldn't watch, and I wasn't in the Discord long enough to get proper roles.
You know you failed as a VTuber when someone manifests your stream in their own subconscious and still doesn't watch it.
I couldn't find it. You named yourself after a horror movie, and the game was literally just a guy's name.
None of this is helping my case.
Tried to help out today. Apparently my version of helping is making everything more difficult. He patted me on the shoulder and said, "At least you're pretty." I am being bullied. Tumblr user, would you punt them? All clowns.
You know the rules. No clowns.
Is the reason we're not allowed to suggest clowns because you are one?
I was just following in your footsteps, and trust me, those are some big shoes to fill.
God damn, that was fire.
Tumblr user Elvis Official, is the glass half full or half empty to you? Whoa, mama. It depends on whether you're filling or emptying. Endless optimism is a foolish way to look at the world, unable to see strife and suffering. Endless pessimism will never make anyone happy, especially not you. You need to take the good and the bad, the dark and the light, the full and the empty. Humna.
That was surprisingly deep and wholesome, and I think we all needed to hear that. I think that's a good way to end the video. What do you think?
Just kidding, Grandpa Pussy Attack.
Do you watch Tonarino Sanfredo with subs or dubs?
You know, gotta say the dub, it's just not hitting right, you know what I mean? And don't even get me started on the localization.
Sometimes I fall down a well for attention. Guys, you're not gonna believe where I am right now. I'll give you 3 guesses.
Can't believe we used to throw eggs at houses, and now we can afford neither eggs nor houses. So I guess there's only one option. Throw ourselves!
Me, a princess.
Ugh, my back is killing me and I can't sleep.
The dastardly P.
Therapist.
How are you?
Me. I'm doing good.
Well, that's good. What brings you here? I'm doing bad. Wear earplugs to shows. You'll thank yourself later in life. Alternatively, you could be like me, skip the earplugs, and get a lifelong roommate named who never pays rent and screams in your skull forever.
Excuse me, that is tinnitus senpai, and you will treat them with some goddamn respect?
I hate people that call it supper. Oh, are you going to eat your supper if you come home from work at the Top Hat Factory?
Not to be a hater, but maybe it's time that Frankie Muniz just goes by Frank.
Yeah, not to be a hater back, but maybe it's time you go back to being Natalie and not named after those annoying pesky little bugs.
Shit, Frankie, get her ass.
Video game. Stupid fucking McDonald's. That makes baked potatoes, not McDonald's French fries. Did you even play the game?
So his laser pointer also has a spotlight option.
Gods, seize him!
Heartbreaking. At 25 years old, YouTuber Jay Schlatt was found alive in his residence of New York City.
Fuck you? Inventing the hot air balloon. I don't give a fuck where I go. Behold the differences between an alligator left and a crocodile right. Well, I do believe the main difference is that one will see you later and the other one will see you in a while. I could be wrong, I'm no zoologist.
I just watched a man literally flip a coin on a moving train and unblock a contact labeled "Absolutely Not" and text them "Hey" with a slutty amount of Y's. Just let them do their thing, man. So I just said welcome to your late 30s to my wife, and I think I'm single now.
Oh no, KG, what have you done?
Today in the news, Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos are legally people, the court rules.
Who's water now? What? I have one intelligent child who is designing a parachute, and putting this as politely as I can, I have another child willing to try the parachute. All right, chat, which one were you? Were you the parachute creator or the parachute tester? Or were you perhaps the single child who was both?
Meanwhile, at Nintendo,
Please don't say damn when you hear the price. Just don't. Buy the Mario, please, we need it. I ate my little brother's fruit snacks, and I came home to this. The teardrops. Bro felt betrayed. And he used one of his iconic Ben 10 sticky notes on you. I hope you're happy.
you know, April Fool's Day is an amusing concept considering some of you are fools every single day of the calendar year.
Hey, Dr. Ratio, shut the fuck up. A little boy just screamed down the tube carriage, "If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands." And everyone remained silent. I love London. You know, if you feel depressed, go for a run. You will soon find out your physical health is far worse than your mental health. Hey, Googler, how do you destroy a robot? An AI overview is not available for this search. Well. Not so fucking knowledgeable now, are we? Shonen anime shows be like, "This is our most dangerous mission yet. Bring out the 13-year-old. Our boss just banned overly specific nicknames, and the whole office is staring at Rat Stitch Brian, the good time ruiner. An ignorant slut. Someone screenshotted one of my tweets and found the company I work for and sent it to them. It eventually ended up on the director of operations desk. Too bad that's me, bitch, and I chose not to fire myself. Get wrecked. I'm jealous of toddlers and their lack of social norms. Imagine seeing someone you don't want to talk to, and the second they open their mouth, you just scream, "No!" in their face and run away. I mean, you could just do that. Like, social norms aren't like a law. You could just be weird. Untitled Goose Game actually has a title in Japan, and it's Mischievous Goose is Coming. No title can compare. Oh my god, the Miis have ears now. These aren't Miis. They're the next evolutionary step. They're Homo sapiens, which is why they can be gay now. Her skin was like porcelain. Toilet face, they called her. Well, look at all those hidden replies. How dare you criticize art? Meanwhile, in Italy, trending, LGBTQ, and the mafia. Two sides of one nation. What the fuck is Golden Wind?
Super Mario 64 was always scary.
It's fucking Mario.
Oh, you don't know what I'm capable of.
Yeah, see you real soon.
Is that ham processed? If it's processed, I don't want it.
Ma'am, that is an 11-pound slab of deli ham. It has no bones, fat, or connective tissue. It is an amalgamation of the meats of several pigs emulsified, liquefied, strained, and ultimately exonerably joined in an unholy meat obelisk. God had no hand in the creation of this abhorrence. The fact that this ham monolith exists proves that God is either impotent to alter his universe or ignorant to the horrors taking place in his kingdom. This prism of pork is more than deli meat. It is a physical declaration of mankind's contempt for the natural order. It is hubris manifest! We also have a lower sodium variety if you would prefer that.
Holy shit, I'm so sorry. That was for someone else.
The fear I felt with the blurred pink mass in my inbox under the
Harried confession of mistakes.
post-apocalyptic gang like the Kings, the gang that worships Elvis from Fallout New Vegas, except they're all skaters who worship Tony Hawk.
Addendum. None of them know what he looked like.
What did the Hawk look like? He looked like you. You look like him. We all look like him. The Hawk was always told, you look like Tony Hawk. But no one ever thought he was the Hawk. So we can only presume that everyone looks like the Hawk. He is the commonality of all humanity. The commonality of all humanity that does sick shreds. And Tony Hawk is a member of the gang, they just don't know it.
You might be frustrated by the library never having a complete manga collection on its shelves at any given time. But the 12-year-old checking out 14 volumes of One Piece at once is vital to the library ecosystem. He's like the sea otter, keeping the kelp forest from being devastated by an excess of sea urchins.
I feel like nobody has no TPs anymore. Like, if you hate a ship now, it has to be for some deep moral reason, and you have to justify it to everyone. What happened to just not liking stuff that isn't inherently bad, but just because you personally think it sucks? You know, Hooters is just an extremely American take on a maid cafe, if you think about it.
You're not wrong, but you shouldn't say it. This is incorrect. Hooters was founded in 1983, and the first permanent maid cafe, Cure Maid Cafe, was established in 2001. Maid cafes are an extremely Japanese take on Hooters.
The funniest thing is actually the Hooters was established on April 1st as a goof. As it turns out, it was a very, very prosperous accident. Oh my god, you can't just, am I yours to command? Does the collar around my neck have your name on it? I kneel to no king nor god, and I see no crown on you. You wear a collar? I may choose to kneel recreationally.
Bro, this is not basketball.
This is literally the 1992 Bulls.
Michael Jordan did not have death rays come out of his hand.
It's called a fadeaway jumper. I am not a pathetic child anymore. I'm a grown adult subsisting on a diet of advanced macaroni and bro cheese. God damn it. Insult to life itself. Ghibli founder Hayao Miyazaki on AI-generated art.
We're all making Grandpa cry now.
Alright, but can I also just say, no matter where you stand, like, politically in the U.S., isn't the official White House using AI-generated Ghibli art, like, the most fucking stupid thing ever? Like, it's, like, substantially fucking stupid.
Me, every time my stomach hurts.
Is the world's sexiest man dying?
My tummy hurts as much as I am pretty.
Yo, were they on estrogen when they made this? Whoa. The Matrix, 1999.
Sometimes your distress does indicate you should stop and respect your limitations. At other times, it's more of a baby aquatic mammal being introduced to water for the first time thing. Too bad the difference is so hard to tell.
The legal rules for writing love. Never let your MC's devotion waver. They must remain true. Gonna be real here. Nobody likes a cheater. Give your characters real flaws to overcome. You shouldn't idealize your characters. Nobody's perfect. Up and down, every relationship has its high and low points. Never have conflict happen just because drama. Gonna say it right now. Not every relationship ends happily. Wait. Let your characters see each other's flaws too. You have to be realistic in terms of how quick love grows. Wait. Down to the last second, leave at least some drama cooking. Never assume your reader will love the pairing you choose. Gonna have to face it, you're addicted to love. Wait! Run-of-the-mill sex scenes only inspires ZZZs. Around this point, you should be figuring it out. Oh no! And hopefully you'll forgive me for my silliness. Dessert is a really hard word to start a sentence with. And you just got rickrolled. God damn it, that was well crafted. For those of you confused,
Read the first word in every single one of those bulletin points. I'm sorry.
Love is what makes us human.
Actually, it's select all images with bolts, but go off, I guess.
Does that mean the robot can love?
I'm like a smaller version of a niche micro-celebrity. What scientists are calling not famous.
Not if I can help it.
Benefits of having a job. Woo! Money! Bad parts of having a job.
I will not buy the console. And it will do $1 billion in sales.
$1 billion minus 1.
Man, I wish there was some sort of computer language made up of a combination of 2 different numbers which represent the entire alphabet.
The humble binary code.
Yo, who up supporting the artists?
In the Tumblr straight up commissioning it. And by it, well, let's just say, they artists. Psst, hey, come here. Let me tell you something. Don't be embarrassed about something you enjoy, okay? Who the fuck cares if it's cringe? If it makes you happy, go do it. Go on. Get out. Get out of here.
You know, I think we should terraform Earth to make it completely flat because it'd be fun. I mean, completely smooth, but flat is actually funnier.
New flat Earth theory. We could just do it. Like, what's stopping us? A hot molten core? Psh, just work around it, whatever. Will you please take my whimsical ass seriously?
Edward Cullen.
His ass was not whimsical. I'm sending hired goons to your home. You know, maybe I'm a stupid asshole, but one of my biggest Tumblr pet peeves is when I see a popular post that definitely got posted to r/curated Tumblr or put in a funniest Tumblr post video or whatever, and the post is the 3 or 4 original reblogs that make up the OG post, and then like 25 reblogs in a row of different people all saying some variation of, I can't believe I finally found it, or mentioning Hellsite Hall of Fame or something. Okay, this is so valid, but I'm sorry. We, the Tumblr masses, could do the funniest thing here. I can't believe I finally found this post on Reddit.
What? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no!
There it is.
Wow, would you look at that?
Mercury's in Gatorade.
I don't believe in astrology.
No, I mean, like, there's a recall.
So we know that humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas. And also, they say 1 in 4 humans are related to Genghis Khan. Using this information, we can determine that Genghis Khan was 200% banana.
This sounds like one of those misinformation Facebook reels.
I am looking respectfully. I am so normal about this.
Can you bark, actually? Can you hit yourself over the head with a frying pan like a cartoon wolf? Can you look at it derangedly, please? We have got to be weirder on here. It's getting too sanitized. Guy and man have different connotations with adjectival nouns. Like tree guy, arborist, but tree man, he lives in a tree. Or he maybe is a tree. I know a guy equals I have a useful contact.
I know a man
equals I am about to tell you a story.
FYI, I will be extending dark tendrils across the sky later today. Just a heads up.
The red ones are mine. Try not to get entangled, please.
I thought we scheduled around this. I know it's last second, but is it okay if I send green lightning arcing into the heavens while all this is going on?
Oh, for fuck's sakes, guys.
And this is why we checked a community calendar, folks. If you had, you would know there's no sky scheduled for today.
Appears to be a monitor lizard.
He's doing a good job. He's looking for bugs.
You wouldn't download a lizard.
Bitch, I might.
In the current state of things and online interactions, don't waste your energy or time on people that will find whatever point you make damning, and vice versa. It'll only rot your brain and mood.
You ever taste food so good that, like, you get angry? Like angry at all other food for not tasting as good?
I see that and I raise you. You find a place that makes the food that tastes really good, and then you go there sometime later, and they're closed. Website, accept cookies? Me clicking reject all. Sorry, it's Passover.
I'm so bad at sex, I got an F in sex. It's even on my driver's license. Wait.
I show a Neanderthal a doom metal album and they understand implicitly. They pick up a bass guitar and start to play it instinctually. Was made to groove, my man.
In middle school, I knew a guy named Alexander Hamilton because his parents just thought it would be nice to name their son after a historical figure. But then this poor guy went through hell because he was 13 years old in 2015 and his name was Alexander Hamilton.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Knew that?
Eat it, Endor! By the way, I'm blocking anyone that has anything negative to say about Pipples.
How can you say anything about that criminal's dumb little smile? His ass eat it Andor.
Bro, eat it, Endor.
You know what? Maybe I should turn my friends into marketable plushies.
I would kill you where you stand.
You're first.
Who will you market me to?
Oh, who said I was giving y'all away?
Love when you see someone's art tagged as OCs that are clearly refurbished characters from a fandom they love.
You go, girl. Scrub those barcodes off. I will pretend that the blonde dude with the spiky hair and the big sword named Nimbus is totally just an OC. Making safe batteries is really hard because box full of chemical potential energy describes a lot of things, and none of them are particularly safe. Oh, maybe store-bought batteries are just fine at this point.
Sometimes I really have to, pump myself up to, go to the store. Yes, I so want to be in a space with a ton of people. I love the 1 million super bright warehouse lights they use. And the intercoms are so great. So excited. Dying. But I have to get food, so oh well.
You might think of shrimp as bugs of the sea, but a remarkable discovery shows the opposite. Bugs are actually shrimp of the land. But bugs is shrimp?
Average Team Aqua versus Team Magma discussion.
Just imagining Maxie, handing a cricket to Archie, go ahead, eat the land shrimp.
Phineas and Ferb AU, where they can't build anything and everything looks like this.
This is literally Ed, Ed, and Eddie. True 2000s nonsense was finding an AMV with a cool song and revisiting the AMV for the song instead of actually looking it up.
It just sounds better on the AMV. I don't know what to tell you.
Fun little story time. I had this exact problem with specifically Rammstein, of all things. I would only listen to Rammstein if it was on the old Gundam AMVs that went with it. I think it was Gundam Wings movie AMV for it. That was the only way I listened to it. I don't know why. I mean, I know now. It's as the youngins would say, yippee!
Bam, Seymour, what is your opinion on crows?
In the most affectionate way possible. The raccoon of birds. I will not elaborate on this.
Have you seen the new show? It's on Tubu. It's literally on Hebe. It's on Pooty with ads. It's literally on Dippy. You can probably find it on Weeno. Dude, it's on Gumpy. It's a Phoebo original. It's on Poob. You can watch it on Poob. You can go to Poob and watch it. Log into Poob right now. Go to Poob. Dive into Poob. You can Poob it. It's on Poob. Poob has it for you. Poob has it for you.
At this point, with all the streaming services, I would rather just go to the store and buy the DVD for $5.
If Tumblr dies, you can find me on Blue Sky.
If Tumblr dies, you can find me on Instagram.
If Tumblr dies, you cannot find me. It's over. I'm free. Moon-shaped anomaly in the sky tonight.
Is it the moon?
I'm not answering questions right now. I'm scared. Ah, yes, the 3 genders. Male, female, and what the fuck are you, a cop? Fearing the day this godforsaken post reaches 50K.
50? Saw someone describe Luke Skywalker as the bastard son of a Sith Lord, and I have to say, I think Darth Vader would be very offended by that. How dare you imply Padme wasn't his wife? I don't think it's fair to call him a deadbeat either. The man started trying to save his relationship with his son as soon as he found out he existed. He was trying so hard to have a father-son relationship. Yes, he tortured his son's friends, and yes, he also did, maim him, but that's not important right now. I miss when TV shows would actually kill off characters. It was sad, sure, but the entire point of that is to experience catharsis, and almost no one ever comes back from the dead 10 times in real life. How is anyone, except for resurrecting Jorg, ever supposed to experience catharsis from that? All right, chat, let's have a little discussion on that. what show does that a lot to you? And do you think the show would be better or worse if they had actually characters die permanently?
Where are they now? Little German boy.
Adult German woman. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Oh my gosh, this pill organizer is full of titten skittles!
I can't stop saying grispit.
Hey, grists you. So do you ever talk to your mutuals?
Not really, I just post things and hope they fall in love with me. Do you all, actually feel bad for giving OCs traumatic backstories and such? Yes, I'm giving you character depth and making you cool and interesting dude and having lots of fun. All the while, I'm like, I hurt our children. I kicked them like a football. Jail for creator. Jail for creator for 1,000 years. I tell you this as a story writer with many characters with tragedy tied to them. You get used to it. Oh, I'm gonna have to put on my best animalese for this one.
I wish I was a man.
It's a throwback to 4 years ago when Rhodey outed my younger sibling to me.
Today's headline: NASA took mice into space, and it did something scary to their bones.
This headline feels like something someone would post on this website completely devoid of context and get 5,000 notes for. Oh, we're getting close.
Note how these columns are designed to perfectly allow the climbing of small lizards up and down their faces. This is a typical example of Greco-Roman architecture.
Here's Johnny.
For those of you wondering, this is not photoshopped. It is not all that unusual for adult cicadas to walk/burrow through drywall. Not necessarily for any particular reason, just because they feel like digging and they can't be bothered by the frivolity of human structures. I like that this happens often enough that it is a known problem with this species.
Sometimes your tortilla just wants to bust through drywall. What's wrong with that?
I think as a society we should go back to designing furniture with little feet. It would heal us. Please look me in the eye and tell me this doesn't spark joy. Oh my god, it's just a little guy. How do I put anything on him? You know, I made this account in 2012, specifically because the world didn't end catastrophically. It has only been ending slowly, so by God will I still be here in another 13 years, seeing the world still kicking, people still fighting those that harm the masses, praying and acting upon the right thing to do. We will still be here, be it 13 years or 130, and I can assure you, Tumblr will still be here. Like the dumpster fire that it is. Yo, call her AI the way she makes me generate slop. Please do not like this one, and for that, I would like to say you're welcome. When someone tags a post of mine like, not Yu-Gi-Oh!, I know it isn't a criticism, but it always makes me think damn, maybe it should have been Yu-Gi-Oh! Who suffered more? The Christ formerly known as Jesus, or Zelda? Oh. I love how Nintendo killed all the excitement for Switch 2 by raising the prices of games by $30. We want everyone to be able to experience the Switch 2. Then why is it $1 billion? Answer me that, Mr. Bowser. Can't wait for that one guy in the comments to be like, it's not actually Bowser's call. I said, What's wrong, King? Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Picture this. You are high rolling at the craps table. You've had a few drinks, getting a little crazy, the juice is loose, and just when the excitement is at its peak, you toss those bad boys. Both dice start leaking a viscous fluid. That's the rare double slimes, baby, and you just won $1 million fucking dollars! What if you went grocery shopping and the produce section was just missing? 'Cause my local Food Lion hid the produce section from me. Oh, those assets just straight up failed to spawn in as you entered the zone. Maybe try leaving the store and coming back in? Bethesda-ass grocery store, I swear to God. Hiding clamped. The defeated and bloodied king was chained to kneel in front of his enemy. And he says weakly, "Is my wife still alive?" His enemy nodded. "You fools," he said, smirking. And the king starts laughing as the sound of explosions getting closer and closer shake the room. Chess.
Holy shit. Choose 2 ways to treat a life-threatening bleed.
Pack the wound with gunpowder and light it.
I call this the create a new problem technique. Can you guys stop making posts that I materially agree with but are worded in ways I find too disagreeable to be reblogged? It wrangles. Guys, please stop saying gay panic to mean swooning. On today's edition of We Need to Legally Require People to Google Words Before Using Them, there is a girl on TikTok doing a diet where she only eats Slavic food to connect with her ancestors, and she is calling it an ethnic cleanse.
Oh no.
Hi. Let's Dance to Let's Dance by Joy Division. By. Not being able to draw my favorite character the way I envision them in my mind.
I see this, and I raise you. Not being able to draw your OC the way you envision them in your mind.
Someone help me. My girlfriend will not stop saying democracy dies in darkness in a Daffy Duck voice. She will drop something in the kitchen and instantly go, democracy dies in darkness.
Oh, I hate it.
Well, you know what they say. The mutual of my mutual is someone I see on my dash a lot.
This radiates the same energy as I keep my friends close and my enemies dead.
No better feeling than hitting another person with the post with 10k notes to me curse. And my much more famous mutuals spread it around. I have never gotten past 300 notes on a post. Try me, nerds.
Oh, let's see what we can do here, folks.
Girls love him for his poor posture and pathetic demeanor. Geologist talking about shield volcanoes. I love you, this post is now only about shield volcanoes. Everyone else, fuck off.
Noodles isn't shy and warms right up to his new friend.
Which one is Noodles? Very good!
Jojo, the people seem to like you. Do you just want to show up at the end of every video now? Do you want to be part of the channel? Yeah? Want to be part of the channel and then you eventually just take it over because everyone preferred the cat? Yeah? You want to do that? Yeah, do that? Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
My wife is constantly mocking me for how lightly done I like my toast. Your hot bread is done, she says to me. Disgusting. I want everyone who's unearthed this after 5 years to reblog it and say, Lamau me, to know that getting divorced from this person was the best decision of my life.
Oh, I hope it was for other things other besides hot bread loving.
You know, I should figure out how to homebrew White Monster, actually. Dr. Victor Frankenstein.
Are you gonna stab me to death?
I ask the knife man. No. He answers as he shoots me in the head.
Supposed to have 10k to me.
As if that would ever happen. I'm too niche to have them preach containment. I'm a straight white man every day of my life. On Wednesday nights, I just want to be a lesbian. My friend on his druid character who is searching for her wife.
It's a funny story about that, actually. She's figured out that she is a lesbian 7 days a week. We got another one, girls.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Let's do medicine with mama.
I literally did post that 10 days ago with the same image. Oh my god.
Hey, bestie. I'm going to hold your hand while I tell you this, okay?
It's your post.
The passing of time is unrelenting and brutal.
I love when a meme gets so many steps away from its source material that it would be completely incomprehensible if I didn't know what today's date was. This is going to really confuse people after April 30th and May 1st.
Crazy question, but have you ever drawn yaoi where one is a girl? I forget what it's called, though.
Heterosexuality?
Aw, man, that anonymous Fujoshi is fully cooked. If only there was a fruit that looks like an apple but is actually a pear.
The baffling Papple.
Papple sounds like a character people would make up and gaslight into people thinking it actually existed in a show. Like, bro, you don't remember Papple from Steven Universe?
Put those fucking weapons away, you're literally asleep.
The man who sleeps with machete is a fool every night. But one.
Hey, are you using that boy for anything, or can I borrow it? Don't ask why, a normal reason.
Okay, sounds good. I trust you, Tumblr user boy mounter.
Hey, hold up, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm giving you to the count of -3 to restore the proper flow of time.
See, this ain't so bad.
I'm about to reverse the flow of time. Hey, dude, yeah, you. Get over here. I'm gonna convert you into an MP3 file, okay? Hold still. No! My sub bass! My turbines! Writing prompt. Your uncle says to you, I'm the one who got your parents together. It was a hard dungeon raid, and your father interrupts, I had to perform so many healings on this man that I am on a first-name basis with the goddess. That's how I met your mother. U.S. Navy loses $60 million jet at sea after it fell overboard from aircraft carrier. So apparently we're just dropping fighter jets into the ocean now. When a fic doesn't fit my headcanons, but it's well written. I don't believe you. Continue. He wouldn't fucking say that, but I'm getting kind of attached to the guy you invented who did say that. Why do they have the same hairline? Why is Vegeta scared of Peanut? Down? He's allergic!
He saw his reflection for the first time.
He's trying so hard to puff up, but unfortunately he is a raw chicken.
Oh, so when Barbie wants to stop being a doll and interact with the real world as a real person, it's fine and fun and great. But when I, Charles Chucky Lee Ray...
Chucky, you tried to kill your world's president, the introvert urged to say. No worries either way. When you're actually worrying both ways, plus a secret third way. It is simply not fulfilling to enjoy media in the height of its popularity. You need to show up so late to the party that everyone else is gone and the hosts are asleep so you can rummage through their trash for chip dip and stale hors d'oeuvres to eat alone in the dark like a dirty little raccoon secret.
It also gives you time to analyze the scenes very critically instead of just hype moments in the theater.
Have you learned how to drive yet?
I have the spirit of friendship in my heart, the joy of life's little things in my soul, the whimsy of magic, the beautiful enjoyment of nature. The answer is no, though. Love these dice, but still feel like a loss when I roll high. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Drunk and in love and full of food, I think only the torturer eel could harm me. Hello. Fuck my whole entire life. Prog rock fans love to say shit like, you've got to listen to Tin Salad Universe by the Scrungle Lads. It's the #1 hit. Hate it when you experience something of better quality and then you're doomed to no longer be satisfied. In my family, we call this getting the good bologna. After my grandma got fancy bologna on sale, she couldn't go back. I had real wasabi for the first time recently, and now the green horseradish type of wasabi tastes like nothing. It's not even spicy anymore. My taste buds are permanently affected by the real wasabi that I would have to drive over 100 miles to get and pay $20 a serving for. What's worse is that it's not even so much that it's much better. It's just different. Like, it's definitely not worth regularly spending $20 a serving on by absolutely any stretch of the imagination, but it's so completely different from the stuff we know as wasabi. I have that same relationship with BK. They made the Chicken King, which was, like, in my opinion, the best fast food chicken sandwich in the world. And then they took it away, and now every other fast food chicken sandwich tastes like dog ass. I frequently lose my mind over the Australian lungfish because, look, that is cats. That is kitty cats. Look at the faces. Colon 3. That's a cat. We finally found them. The water cat.
And if anyone in the comments says catfish, I'm gonna actually brain ya.
Oh, but this fandom is so toxic. Maybe for you. I blocked a bunch of people and live happily in the corner with 3 friends that get it. Every fandom's toxic, bitch. Let's get you a block list. Mods, take him to the stump of his favorite childhood tree. Mods, make him busy during a friend's planned trip so he misses out on a new inside joke. Mods, change the smell of his parents' house. Look, boss, our quarterly subjection of brutalities of the absurd budget is almost blown already. Can we not just shoot this one twice in the back of the head and call it a day? No. He must experience tragedy for once in his goddamn life. Several things I know to be true. I'm not famous. I've never been in a PM Seymour video. I will never be in a PM Seymour video or any other video where people read Tumblr posts. And there is no such thing as hubris. And post. I win forever. Why do I hear boss music? What if I write it and it's bad? What if you write it and it's good? What if you write it and it's exactly what you wanted? Well then you have to face with the crisis if you actually want to commit to your story. Probably bad RPG ideas.
Devils in a modern fantasy setting who run/develop multiple different websites and apps exclusively so they can hide soul contracts in the terms and conditions.
Yeah, we all heard of EA games.
Chunky.
Chunky. Oh no, we're gonna crash.
Yeah, she seems fine with it.
Oh, no, the cursed amulet has genuinely improved my life. Yes, I do bleed from the eyes when I lie down, but that's really helped me cut down on bedtime device usage. It's true. Sometimes I can't tell the difference between my thoughts and its dark whispers, but this has really streamlined my decision-making process. It is rather inconvenient to black out occasionally and find out that I gruesomely slain another innocent, but I also find that my room has been cleaned and laundry folded, so I can't be too begrudging.
See, amulets are so helpful. #lifehacks.
I want a shirt that has a QR code on it for some kind of horrible malware so that if anyone ever tries to film me in public, their phone will automatically scan the code and be reduced to a functionless brick.
Modern day Medusa. Tumblr user house site genetics. Do you like Homestuck?
What's that? Honestly, we need more doctors like James.
I'm going to inhale chemicals with my assistants until we discover local anesthetic.
Simpson. I feel like we would have more recreational drugs if we did.
Me and the boys, Andy.
Getting utterly fucking zoinked while discovering ketamine too! Well, what if I read one of your fanfics and then went to your AO3 accounts and read all your fanfics and left a comment on every single chapter of every single one, and you get spam emails from all my kudos and comments and made you smile? What then? What if I brighten your day with my words like you did mine? What then? Marriage. What and hormone? Baby. Fanfic update. In that order. Coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just bad going back in my cage because I like my cage.
Hi. Here's a picture of a bumblebee butt and its little legs hanging out of a flower just in case you need it today.
Oh, girl, she too thick for the flower.
Breaking news. Fentanyl stuffed rotisserie chicken found by Kingston police. And they said white people can't cook.
Probably bad RPG ideas. A sword that can only kill other swords. Kill rather than destroy is somewhat worrying word choice here.
It's probably for a hexblade user.
Feeling down? Having a bit of a bad day? Need something to cheer you up? Then may I present to you a 1st century AD pig-shaped bronze and lead weight on a rectangular base. You imagine trying to scam some dude with less grain or some shit than promise, and they're like, okay, get out the pig. And then your fraud is exposed by a chubby bronze pig weight, and everyone calls you a liar hogman, and some dumb kid draws you being crushed by a bronze pig on the side of your hut, and you could never marry and your bloodline dies with you because you tried to sell less grain than agreed to. Do you perhaps have some personal experience with this?
No. And the winner of the bake-off is
9 dismembered bodies.
This reads like a Cards Against Humanity.
I should do that one again.
When you find a friend's OC hot, that's literally it for you. They practically own your soul. You've entered a fail state in which they can put on a sock puppet and do a silly voice and make you swoon like you've locked eyes with a gorgeous 40-something lady at the bar. I left this one in drafts. I posted it? Yeah, you posted it. I just wish the frightening ghoul would say something. For once, the silence is more disconcerting than anything it might say. For in its silence, the ghoul says everything. It speaks of lost love, of your greatest sins, of things not done, and of horses. Horses? Gaming news! Expensive. West Japan Zoo discovers its male barn owl is female after she lays egg. She looks like she also just discovered it. Hey girl, attractive boyfriend and a pole. Don't worry, he'll be fine. He just needs to outrun the tsunami. Sorry. Hey girl, we fucked up and collectively trapped your boyfriend forever in a Sisyphean task. Sorry. I think he enjoys sailing though, so that's something. They laid off the shrimp who fried rice. Yeah. He's out of walk now.
All the daughters sold to One Direction are being returned. They're all men now. Or lesbians.
How did we get from don't use Wikipedia as a source to ask hallucinating chatbot everything? They're right, and they should say it. I like this enough I had to share it here.
And so it begins the extraction of Blue Sky post to put on Tumblr.
Step 4. Whipped cream, optional. No cream?
Yes, cream on it.
What the fuck?
May God forgive my wretched sins. Spent money.
Now that I think about it, my entire writing process, fanfic, AUs, OC lore, doesn't matter, boils down to either this was thought up in 5 minutes and somehow it worked, or hey, wouldn't this be hilarious? And there is no in between. Hey, come up with this. Bro, I don't know. My subconscious is like a cat bringing random stuff to my doorstep, and I'm going, okay, thank you, without once doubting where any of this is being obtained.
The naked man fears no pickpocket. Wrong. Skill issue on both sides.
Well, where's he gonna put some pickpocket worthy? Up his ass?
Well, I know I could get his teeth.
Squirrely13, I'm concerned about you.
Ugh, this skimming account sucks so bad. Like, sorry you couldn't come up with anything better than Mao, Tumblr user identifying Bantane aliens.
Alien identified. Name, whiny bitch. Species, annoying hater anon. Transformation, into a little baby apparently. And series of several mistakes made by your parents.
Got him. Are you ever reading a super overlong pretentious book and just think,
Wow, this man knows a lot of words, but concise is not one of them.
it's okay, you can say Victor Hugo.
Here's a picture of a baby cedar waxwing begging for food from a robin. Neither of these species are nest parasites, so it's not possible the cedar waxwing was adopted. This is essentially the bird version of tapping a random person on the shoulder at a grocery store and going, Mom! I love that the robin's body language is basically, what the fuck, whose kid is this? The robin is bathing, which makes it even funnier. It's more like the equivalent of a strange kid barging in while you're taking a shower and demanding you make them mac and cheese right now.
Behold, woman pointing a gun at a computer for some reason. 1998.
She's right. That's her. The task manager. Kind of weird how parts of your soul are left in various locations without any warning. Like, yes, I'm always at the top of that hill, sitting at the bus stop, in the cool light of the Japanese restaurant, standing at the pier, etc., etc.
Bro, that is way too deep for Tumblr.
Would you let me into your room so I can sit awkwardly on the ground wearing an oversized t-shirt and look at your posters like a squirrel searching for threats before proceeding to say nothing and stare at you until you speak to me? Would you let me do this?
I might.
Yeah, we put your boyfriend... Oh, she transitioned. Well, good for her. So, anyway, we put your girlfriend in the fucking slop. Sorry.
My neighbor was saying he can't pay his water bill. I sent him a get well soon card.
Off to a great start.
Your head, plus my lap, plus I care about you, plus I'm petting your hair, plus you're purring, plus you're loved, plus you're cared for, plus you're happy and warm, plus ratioed. How could it have gone wrong? My approach was data-driven and trauma-informed.
Maybe the solution is more trauma?
Eating some worms.
Wait, what's the best before date on these worms?
Holds one up to my ears and he whispers,
1935.
"Aw, man, I'm gonna get sick." Continues eating worms.
Hey guys, I made the Tumblr default profile pictures, but they're looking directly at you. Oh, I feel a little intimidated.
Behold, this octopus candle holder that my sister made in a pottery studio.
Tell your sister good fucking job, guy. Damn.
Never, ever eat raw white onion and then smoke cigarette.
Gnomes beat the shit out of you again?
The gnomes beat the shit out of me again.
People are reblogging your post. One person reblogged your post.
Yeah, you could say I'm doing numbers on Tumblr. And then numbers. 1.
One.
Patient has an insulin pimp?
Pretty sure that's the opposite of a sugar daddy. Woke up this morning, rolled over, and very confidently tried to blow out my alarm clock like a candle. Absolutely no precedent for that. Ebenezer in 1742 wakes up at the start as for some reason he has put out his guttering candle by slapping it atop the palm of his hand. His hand is burnt and his nightgown and caps are spattered with hot wax.
Fascinated by this perceived necessity of equivalent exchange.
Sometimes I think it's funny when a fan base takes a character and is like, oh my god, they're so pained and traumatized. They're suffering deep, deep emotional wounds. As like a universal thing everyone agrees on. Meanwhile, in canon, they're literally just hanging out. Who is Tsukasa Tenma? Today I learned that tomatoes possess the genes to produce capsaicinoids, but they are not expressed. Recently, researchers discovered a technique to turn on the translation of those genes and then grew spicy tomatoes.
The tomatoes chose nonviolence, but those researchers just had to push them.
Hold on, the British version of dollar store is called Poundland? Help! What's so funny about Poundland? He owns a second store, you know. A place where you get your aggressions out by destroying things. It's called Smash City.
These teenagers and their dog are trying to ruin our money laundering business. No, Tony, put the gun down. We're doing this the old-fashioned way. We're gonna dress up as monsters and scare them.
0% of the time. Works every time.
You know, statistically, if Mystery Inc. are the only group doing this, they can't be everywhere a crime like this is happening.
So there's probably a fair amount of instances of this succeeding.
You know, I never thought about that.
Behold, the Dove Key, a.k.a. the Little Alk, family, Alcidae, order, Gerard Reforms, Iceland.
Don't you just love my pronunciation of shit?
I am so pleased to report that in addition to being absolutely shaped, these guys are also very, very sized.
Oh my god, look at him, that's a barb!
You procrastinate showering. I shower to procrastinate. We are not the same.
Well, I didn't want to bother you.
Have you considered that this is how your presence feels?
Can't wait for that one person in the comments to write out, well, I have a massive allergy to pollen, so maybe I am a bother to your existence. Like, homie, just be loved. I can't wait for when ChatGPT and AI image generation also crashes and each prompt costs $50 an attempt.
Oh, you can't get your stolen big titty anime Ghibli art for free anymore? You want to buy real big boy art from real artists now?
Beg for it. Beg for it like a dog.
Every day should be like I wake up and my first thought is a beautiful idea of a fun and new activity and I spend my day accomplishing it. You want to live like Phineas and Ferb? I do want to live like them, like so bad. Maybe I also just want Bowling for Soup to create a theme song about my life. That'd be nice. Have I told you guys I like Guilty Gear? My favorite character is Testament, by the way.
Hello there.
Holy shit, Testament, Guilty Gear! Hey, Satan official. I'm setting up a date with you and God official.
I don't give consent to this.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, careful. I heard this person fetishizes skinny people.
Oh, God. We here at PM Seymour and Nitro Brew Studios would like to address that this is a joke and that majority of the posts here should not be taken so seriously. And please, for the love of God, hell above us, fandom, please put down the bat, please put it down, please put it down. I just drove my uncle and myself to the hardware store and he said to me, Molly, I want you to know that being Catholic doesn't change anything. If you someday get married, your wife will be welcome in this family. And don't ever think otherwise. That was really nice, but I'm not gay? That was so hard. Spoiler alert, 2012 me, you're super freaking gay.
Oh, look at them. They squash.
So my iPod does this fucking Genius Factory thing where it forgets which artwork goes with which album and it makes guesses. Because it's pretty sure I won't notice. Needless to say, I noticed. The most 2014 post possible. Dentist will splash some water in your mouth and you think, oh, a nice drink of water, I was parched. Just for them to suck it back out with their wretched little tube. Disingenuous behavior.
I forgot to post this, but which one of you lame-ass nerds works in my dentist's old office? Nothing quite like seeing a professor at my college with Tumblr posts on the bulletin board outside their office. Oh boy. Guys, if you ever see any of my posts posted on your campus, university, or in someone's office, please let me know. I want to see. What a beautiful man, but he could be beautifuler. Gods, cover that man in blood. It will amuse me. Big fan of creatures that are both divine and mechanical. There's some kind of connection to be made between angels and robots, but I can't make it. Someone else make this post for me? Something about humanity from opposite directions. Something about being created to be a perfect servant of your creator, and what happens if you're less and more than that. Something about assuming a form the mortals are comfortable with. Something about how science fiction grows up from the floor and fantasy comes down from the ceiling. We both think so good that we don't know how it works and we can't control it. It's a common idea on both fantasy and SF.
Would that make a robot angel high fantasy?
And Minecraft, I can't remember where I put anything ASMR. You sleeping yet?
You're a good dog.
I didn't see you there. You caught me indulging in one of my most fascinating interests as of late. It's called the dictionary. Oh, this one's clever.
I see someone who's about halfway through the seas.
Bro!
Staring sternly in the mirror. You've had a wild week. You haven't eaten today. You've barely interacted with the people today. Do not trust the vague sense of unease. I can't believe 1 terabyte micro SD cards are like a thing that exists. Like, that's like crossing a line. That's alarmingly close to playing God. Where the fuck are they putting it? For $100, I could put every single one of the games I have on Steam on a card that fits on my fingertips, and then drop it on my carpet and never see it again. What a time to be alive. I wish I could send this to my dad. He told me that he remembers when 256 kilobyte floppy disk came out, and he thought, sure, why would anyone need that much storage space? When 1 terabyte micro SD cards first came out, I saw an article about them with the headline, "At long last, it is now possible to accidentally swallow all of the data collected by the Apollo program." I have a 2 terabyte micro SD card. Somewhere. Man, I remember when 512 megabytes was like an insane amount of memory to have, and that was just on like the cheapest iPod shuffle you could get. Starting to think some of y'all haven't felt the rain on your skin, which is crazy because no one else can feel it for you. No one else. No one else.
People who don't cook their cereal don't, realize what they're missing out on. The heat of the flame really brings out the sweetness of the marshmallow. OP, I'm coming to your home and beat you in the face and ass.
Hold up. Hot Lucky Charms actually sounds pretty good. Boo! It's Pokemon's official Tumblr account. Boo! Brand, you're a brand. Boo!
Silence, Tumblr user.
Tomfoolery transitioned and only does shenanigans now. Da-da-da.
Attention travelers, there's a fucking beast loose in the hard world!
I'm just here to buy some paint. You don't have to be a fucking dick about it. Hey guys, going to the scary zoo. You want anything? Stop saying Weezer.
Nika Sano Samurai wa Junbi da wanai.
I'm watching 7 Samurai.
I wonder how many they'll need.
I hesitate even to speculate. Why do people call it fuck, marry, kill when they could call it bed, wed, and behead?
Easy there, Henry.
Who's Henry? What the fuck? Girl, unhinge your jaw.
Unclench, I meant unclench.
Snake time.
Blowing a dandelion is basically you helping a weird ejaculate.
I was having a good day. We were all having a good day.
I mean, it's kind of not. Seeds are not analogous to sperm. Hell, pollen isn't analogous to sperm. Plants don't do dimorphic gametes like that. A better analogy would be firing a couple dozen fully formed babies from a t-shirt cannon.
Now we're having a good day again.
They don't tell you this, but in the United States, there is an extremely low chance to encounter a vehicle shaped like a hot dog. I love the world so much. Why do I often forget this? I suppose I love this life, in spite of my clenched fist.
There it is.
Can't wait for like 2025 when we look back on 2018 and 2019 era and say, hey, remember when we were all freaking depressed? That was crazy time. Glad we aren't like that anymore.
Hey.
Don't say anything.
I've been loving at this like forever.
See the ball. Feel the ball. Feel the ball. Hey, your dad wants to fuck Betty Rubble.
Ah, Betty Rubble. The hex maniac of the 1960s.
Hey, Tumblr user Indicity?
Shut up and stop being right.
I swear, I'm the only person who knows how to do elitism correctly.
What are you, an FF14 player?
My body is already an inhospitable environment. There's no way a freaking baby would be able to survive in it. Also, babies can't even fight. How would they fare in a battle against my inner demons?
My body is a temple. No, boss arena. That fetus needs to learn to dodge and parry.
Sand tiger sharks. I love how hyenas still have, like, the winter coat gene. Like, if you keep hyenas in cold climates, they just do this. It's so silly. Look at them. That's like a whole new creature.
Someone hit me with their car, and I got isekai to a world that's really similar to my old one, except in this one, my collarbone is mysteriously broken. Oh, whimsy. I mean, yeah, he's evil and all, but what if I were his favorite? Chat, name the character. Kill the imposter syndrome in your head, because not only is there someone out there doing it worse than you, they're also using ChatGPT to do it.
The cure's been found!
Tumblr's the only social media without algorithms. You could still be anonymous on Tumblr. Tumblr's so nice because you have to show your face. Wrong. Tumblr's special because you can have 3,000 followers and still get an average of 7 likes a post. I'm doing stand-up comedy at a packed venue and one person is laughing. 103,000 notes. The jokes write themselves. Oh my god, one of our tigers did this, and it isn't stuck in his head. One of the keepers went in to see if he needed help, and he undid this and redid it on his own a few times. Oh my god, he's pretending to be a lion. What if the Lion King remake was just this guy? I think it would actually be an improvement. Hey, how do people describe the taste of cilantro before modern soap was invented? Or did the cilantro taste like soap genes not exist then? I'm writing a Socrates x Plato fluff fic. I'm sorry, you're writing what now? Problem is God isn't real, but if the whole universe was a guy, what would he be like? Is easily one of the most fun things to think about.
Gut bacteria behavior.
That's correct.
I love it when people use shrimp to mean beyond the human range. Like shrimp colors, but applied to other things. Shrimp emotions, shrimp sounds, shrimp morality. As if shrimp are living some kind of transcendent existence that humans can never comprehend. Turns out these little creatures are not so shrimpable after all.
Why did I write this like I'm 74? Sorry, I was thinking this hit different now knowing that Gura has graduated.
What kind of stupid are you?
I go away for like an hour. She will not leave my side. Why are you like this? Why are you like this?
Hey, so I am currently not feeling the best. I had plans to do more dynamic videos, but vocals just did not want to cooperate today. So, figured take this opportunity
to do more of the calming LNT facts that we have run across. Hi, Jojo. You want to join me? Cool. So here we go. I learned that in 2020, 5 Lithuanian soldiers went missing during a graduation exam. Thinking the exercise was still ongoing, they successfully evaded all attempts to find them. A military spokesman said that their performance was exemplary. Not bad, not bad. Today I learned McDonald's almost got rid of its golden arches in the 1960s. The arches were only kept because a psychologist they hired said that they had the great Freudian importance in the subconscious mind of customers. They represented, and I quote, Mother McDonald's breasts.
This is why we need to dig Freud up and kill him again.
Today I learned John Milton was totally blind during the composition of his 10,000-line epic poem, Paradise Lost. Every morning, he would have verses already prepared in his hand for his aide to take dictation. If the aide was late, Milton would complain, saying, I want to be milked. How is this entire post fine until the very last word? You guys are finding some weird one to submit to that Discord channel for these. Like, I really had to, cherry pick, and even the ones that I picked out, I was like, what? Today I learned Vikings used the bones of slain animals when smithing new weapons, believing they would enchant the weapon with the animal spirits. This actually made the bones stronger because carbon in the bones coupled with the iron made a primitive version of steel.
Fuck off, Egghead. It's because of bone magic.
I read that capsaicin makes your mouth feel like it's burning because it increases your nerve sensitivity to heat. And menthol works by doing the same thing to cold. So if I eat habanero pepper and then chew a bunch of breath mints, they'll cancel each other out and I'll be fine. Hey, guess what hellfire tastes like? Fun fact, the nerve endings for ouch too hot and ouch too cold are different, which means they can be activated at once without canceling out. Rip to LP. Christmas fact number 15. I need to find the other 14. In Chile, a popular Christmas drink is cola de mono, monkey's tail, which is made from coffee, milk, liqueur, cinnamon, and sugar. That sounds and looks awesome. Fun fact, if your breasts are somewhere between 36C and 36D, then they weigh about the same as your brain. If you're above a D cup, you have probably got more boob than brain.
Don't I know it?
Sign languages include very few words about astronomy, making it hard for those who are deaf to talk about space. The International Astronomical Union just created about 50 signs to replace words like constellation, which previously had to be spelled out letter by letter. Oof. Yeah, they should make skyscrapers with holes so planes can just pass right through. Not necessarily skyscraper or planes, but there's a lot of buildings in Taiwan and Hong Kong with holes for spirit dragons to pass through. When I first learned about it in my Chinese class, I remember hearing that a lot of Western-style tower buildings near hills had structural issues in specific spots, so Feng Shui experts decided spirit dragons. But it's also really cool for aesthetic purposes. I'm gonna have to write that one down. Ah, yes. The majestic flaps. Wait, are those breaching mantis? No, they're majestic flaps. Fun fact. Manta, the majestic flap, rays actually do this to scratch their bellies or to help them with a birth. If the females are having trouble with a labor and the pups get stuck, pups, I think that's the correct term, they jump out of the water and the smack upon re-entry pushes them the fuck out. On the other hand, they don't have any hands, so if they get an itch because of some kind of bug or something, the smack helps them scratch it. Majestic flaps are so cute.
Thank you, science.
I love seeing cardinals and blue jays together. I'm always like, evil siblings. This is what I'm all about, baby. They're not even related. Jay are a type of corvid like crows and magpies, and cardinals are grosbeak.
Well, you see, they're both birds, and they both have fun hats. I hope this helps.
See, this is how you win the Tumblr post. Blue penguins are the smallest type of penguin. Adults grow just to an average of 33 centimeters, 13 inches in height, and 47.3 centimeters, 17 inches in length. Due to their small size and bright colors, they're often called fairy penguins.
So that's what Pip-Up looks like IRL.
Oh, hey, by the way, before we go, The term masterpiece originally and traditionally meant as a piece of work that an apprentice or other aspiring craftsman created to show off to his master or the town's guild. So naturally, it was intended to be the best fucking thing that you could make, demonstrating just how fucking good you are at what you're making. 100% deflect your skills. And if it was approved, the applicant was accepted as a member of the guild and could now call himself a master and work in this craft in this city. So the next time you're looking at the one great thing you made and think, this is it, my masterpiece, I have peaked, it's all downhill from here, consider looking at the other way. Making your masterpiece means you're only getting started. Thank you all for listening. Subscribe, likeals, commentos. I'm going to go back to bed now. Bye.
Hey, I found out about this new word. It's called nuance. And I think some, but not all of you, could benefit from learning about it. But in some contexts, it's not as applicable. It just depends. Internet nuance? That's never been a problem before.
Doctor, he wants to talk about his OCs, but he has nothing concrete to say about them, and yes, it's fatal.
Well, put him down. I once tried to take a screenshot of a Dynamax Whooper exploding and ended up with a declaration of what we truly are. Why is AO3 blocked on the hospital Wi-Fi? It's not even the public hospital Wi-Fi. I'm on the staff Wi-Fi. Which one of you anesthesiologists was reading Omegaverse on the clock?
Reads like a 50K post.
Thankfully, I am saved by the power of having only a total of 7 followers on this blog. The power of having a total of 7 followers on this blog has failed me.
You know, when a girl says she's experimented with girls, that does not necessarily mean she's bi. She may just be an evil scientist.
I can't see the picture on mobile, but there is a 90% chance that this is Princess Bubblegum. Just spent half an hour waiting for a pizza I hadn't even ordered yet.
Never let your enemy know your next move.
Ayo, call him bubonic the way he plagues me. Blorbonic plague.
Ayo, she doesn't on my nothing till I don't.
Hashtag my nothing. Bro, new celibate slang just dropped. Picks up an earthworm and places it next to another earthworm. Girls' night. There is a chasm difference between a one wizard story and a 2 or more wizard story. Yeah, The Hobbit is the one wizard story, and The Lord of the Rings is definitely a multiple wizard story. And I feel like that's a good example of the monumental difference between the two. Exactly. You see how much shit happens in Lord of the Rings because there's like more than one wizard? That's why you gotta limit yourself to one wizard at a time, folks.
Did you know that the creator you like also posts 18+ content? Did you know that? Don't you think it's weird? Don't you think we should keep the space?
No, I don't. I booked a front row seat to the Devil's Sacrament and you're blocking the view. Just go back to the 1660 New England hole you just crawled out of and eat barley for a week to atone for your sins or whatever. I booked a front row seat to the Devil's Sacrament and you're blocking the view is one banger of a thematic statement. Shirt material. In my honest opinion, if you got that shit wrapped up in a pseudonym and you're not shoving it in front of your normal crowd, then you were all Gucci, whatever. She yearns for the tub water. Disgusting. Scroll back up. Painting. It's a fucking painting. Did you know that it could be a federal offense to be in possession of a lobster? Notice how this is not tagged as a shitpost? Lobster went from being fed to only prison mates to being a high luxury food to now even in some states you can't even just have it. Do you want me to come out of my cage and doing just fine? In this economy? Adding, which is crazy because I thought he was dead, to the end of every sentence, even in the ones where no he is mentioned. I think that would concern people. There's a point beyond which focusing too much on the rarity of a certain video game achievements becomes sort of an unintentional self-own on the part of the developer. Like, yes, sometimes only 0.5% of the players have this achievement feels like an accomplishment, but more often it's like, yeah, I fucking bet. I told my husband he looked handsome and he got offended, and looked to the Swamp Monster book I had in display saying, I know what type of men you find handsome. New variant on, your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. She's a beautiful B-girl who runs the candle shop, and she's beased to meet you. You ask her for advice, and she says, well, in my bumble opinion, is this anything?
I had a wife, but they took her in the divorce. Is a Groucho Marx level joke. Pure vaudeville. It's semantically perfect, blisteringly fast, and completely efficient. Just an unbelievable stroke of genius, which was apparently a complete accident. You can tell this joke on stage at any period in history between the 1500s and now and get a genuine guffaw. Muttering, supposed to have 20K notes to me. After my defense attorney's opening statement for my triple vehicular homicide trial. I lost. Should have taken the insanity plea. Reminiscing on when I went K-diving a couple years back, and another dude who was in there was playing Minecraft music out of his backpack, so I just heard C418 slowly approaching me from within an actual cave. Shout out to that guy! I briefly experienced what it's like to be Steve for real for about 4 minutes. Sounds like you could have benefited from some flint and steel. One of the most annoying feelings in ADHD is the can't get started with anything feeling. Like your ADHD is screaming you have to do something. You can't just rest. Resting isn't a thing. Even if you are resting, it's by doing something. But nothing works. You try to watch something, it's not right, you can't. Read, you can't read right now. Play, none of your games seem fun. Make something, you're not feeling any of those projects right now. Social media, it's boring or worse right now. So find something else. It's like you're not moving, but it's because you're too tense to do anything. Just vibrating in place. Oh my god, it's in fucking words.
Behold, the world's
Thinnest pizza. Looks horrible. I usually have a golden rule. Even bad pizza could be good pizza. I think this actually would break that statement. This looks like shit. You know, this is cheaper than journaling when you think about it.
we pay in other ways.
For example,
I don't know why young people nodding is seen as a loser and antisocial thing, to be honest. When I do it in public, people seem happy to see it, and sometimes they even stop to talk to me about how it's genuinely sweet. Okay, now before I press post, I want it to be known I noticed the typo just in the nick of time, but decided to leave it anyway for the same reason some people keep the bullet that killed them as a memento of what could have been for the rest of their lives.
knitting?